Hi, welcome to NonnasHere. That's me, Nonna. Today I am joining in the collab of Talented Creators Collab. Now I'm a bit of an imposter being here because I'm not really a talented creator, but I decided to join in anyway. Our theme today is fall, and we're to make projects about fall, and one of our projects is to include corn. Now, corn is not a supply that I've ever used in my projects before, but that's one of the reasons why I really like joining in these type of collabs, because it makes me think about using supplies that I normally don't use. Now, I hear people saying all the time, "Oh, I'm not crafty. I can't do any of those things." Well, if you can pick up a paintbrush and paint a little bit, and use a glue gun to glue some objects down, you can do any of my crafts. I buy most of my supplies from Dollar Tree, so you'll find my crafts are fun, easy, and budget friendly. Let's get over to my craft table and I'll show you what I've done. This is my first fall DIY. Alright, so I got this little house at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take off that little chalk piece on the front. I'm going to scrape it off, and I'm going to use one of these flags from this mini burlap shaped flags garland. It fits pretty well over the house. I'll trim down the roof part so that it fits on there. And then I have this little harvest sign that came from another piece of decor that I got, that I saved. So I've scraped off the little chalk piece, and I've sanded it down as smooth as I can get it. And then I'm going to take the burlap flag, and it had that seam at the bottom where the string went through for the garland. So I've taken that seam apart so that it will fit over the whole house. And I don't show you this, but I've also taken the truffle chalk paint, and I've painted the top roof of the house because I don't want it to be that plain wood. So there I'm showing you how I've taken the seam apart because I want it to fit completely down over the house. So see, you can see the roof is painted now. So now I'm going to take my hot glue gun, and I'm simply going to glue the flag down, the burlap down on top of the house. You can see where I've sort of trimmed the roof down to fit nicely over the little house. And it goes off over the sides a little bit, and that's fine. So I'm just gluing the burlap down over the little house so that it fits. That's all I'm doing, gluing it down. I want to make sure it's good down over the edges. And then I'm going to take the corn. I'm going to press that all down. It went down real nice and smoothly. Burlap's real nice to work with. And I know you see projects there in the background. That's coming up on another collab on the 26th. They'll be watching for that. Okay, so I've got that burlap on there real well. So now I'm going to take the corn, and I'm going to crisscross the corn, and I'm going to hot glue it to the top of the house. And I'm going to take the little harvest sign, excuse me, and I'm going to hot glue it to the bottom. Just like that. See, that's all there is to it. So easy. Then I have a little stand to put it in, like a picture frame stand. And it has two little acorns and leaves at the bottom of it. So I'm going to set the little house in the stand so it will stand up. And there you go. And we'll take another look at it in the final reveal. Let me introduce our host for today's collab. First is Aurea, sure I'm saying it wrong, at DIY with Aurea. And then we have Loli at Loli D's Creations. Our guest host is Tami with Happiness Created. And then our co-host, Mom Oval Trades DIY. I'll be sure and have their channel links down below, and they'll have the major playlist of all the real talented creators who are joining in the collab today. Be sure and check out that major playlist and see what all the others are making for today's Talented Creators Collab Fall Edition. Okay, so here I got a little bit too dense a yellow on, so I'm just taking a paper towel and wiping off some of the yellow because I got it too heavy in the yellow. And so, you just take a paper towel and wipe some off. See how easy that is? There's no mistakes. You just wipe some off. You don't have to be real skilled at anything. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and just kind of fix where it's not yellow enough. And then I'm going to take some brown and just kind of put some brown in there, and that'll be it. All right, so now those pumpkins had clips on the bottom, so I just removed the clips so I can glue them on the board. Don't need the clips, but I'll put the clips aside. Now, those pumpkins were just a little too orange for my liking, so I took that truffle paint again that I'd used on the roof of that first project, and I'm gonna brown up those pumpkins because they're just a little bit too orangey for me. So I'm just gonna take a little paintbrush and I'm gonna I'm gonna dirty up those pumpkins. And now I've slowed this down because I forgot to turn on the camera when I did the next part. So you're going to slowly watch me dirty up the pumpkins with the brown tuffle paint. What I did was I had those 3 pumpkins and I had my board all ready and it was dry. Chalk paint dries really quickly. And I glued the 3 pumpkins, hot glued the 3 pumpkins onto the board. And then I took those orange and yellow leaves that I showed you in the beginning and I hot glued some on either end of the board underneath the pumpkins that were at the end. And then there was a pumpkin in the middle and I put some leaves underneath the pumpkin in the middle. And then I took that silver harvest, that tinny harvest sign, and I hot glued that across the middle towards the top over the pumpkins and the leaves. And that finished this project. Then I had a little photo picture frame holder. Yeah, the kind that sits on the desktop or tabletop, and I set it in that, and that was the end of the project. But I forgot to videotape me hot gluing the pumpkins and the leaves down in the harvest sign. So you'll see what I'm talking about in just a minute. So I'm going to pause this now and fast forward it. I think you've seen enough of me changing the orange pumpkin into dirty pumpkins. Okay, and so this is what the board looked like after I put that dry brush the brown paint on there to kind of give it a fallish background. All right, DIY number 3. So I went to Dollar Tree and I got this cute little hanging board. I took off that little straw bow, and I took my orange chalk paint and I painted just the center of it. There, it was like 3D, and I just painted the center circle. And I gave it 2 coats because that design was really dark, and I didn't want you to see that design. So I gave it 2 good coats with my orange chalk paint, and I let that dry. Then I got some yellow corn, and I'm going to use the yellow corn for this one. And as soon as I get done painting this, I'm going to take the yellow corn and I'm going to hot glue it to the top of this inside circle, which you'll see in just a minute as soon as I get done painting. I'm only showing you the first coat that I'm doing. All right, hold on here. Oops. Went to the wrong thing. All right, almost done painting. First coat. So there it is, all painted. Second coat, nice and smooth. Took my yellow corn Decor, and I'm going to, oh, and I have a thankful sign. Those little tin signs come in, they say blessed, thankful, and harvest in one package. And then I got that bow. They come 2 in a pack. So I hot glued the corn, crisscross the top of the corn and hot glued, and then put the bow on top. And the paddle already had a hanger, and I just left that on. I'm not going to change out the hanger. And now I'm going to hot glue the thankful sign on. Hey, be real careful when you hot glue those on. When you use the hot glue, be careful when you press it down, because the tin gets really hot and you don't want to burn your fingers. Now, I didn't want that corn flopping around, so I also hot glued the corn down so it would remain stable, so it wouldn't cover up the thankful sign. So I hot glued it down, and there you have it. It is finished. So now let's take a look at the final reveal. Be sure and comment down below and tell me which project was your favorite. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. If you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to NonnasHere, it's free. Please feel free to do so today. Don't forget to hit the bell and the word all so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Comment and share. Okay, let's look at the final reveal and my 3 projects. Don't forget to tell me which one was your favorite. This is number 1, the Harvest Home with the red corn. Then number 2, the bamboo cutting board with harvest and the 3 pumpkins and the the orange and yellow leaves. And finally, the big paddle with the ribbon and the yellow corn and the thankful sign. Hey, thanks again to our host, Aurea with DIY with Aurea, Loli with Loli D's Creations, our guest host, Tami with Happiness Created, and our co-host, Mom Oval's Trading DIY. Hope to see you at NonnasHere again very soon. Bye.